Hello, Nick Jones here, the Visually Impaired PT. Welcome on to episode 4 in the Beginner Ab series, or the series for people who've been told to work on their core because of their back, but anything they do themselves causes them pain. Please feel free to pause and read the disclaimer before we get going. And apart from that, you're just going to need yourself, a mat, and something to put your legs on. And if you are enjoying the content, please subscribe to the channel below. Comment, share, like, whatever, anything really helps me. Apart from that, let's get to it. So we're going to hit the crunch from episode 1, but with a little twist.
Let's go.
So we can do hands gently supporting the head, chin away from the chest, crunch up, straight up to start with, and then twist opposite elbow to opposite knee. We're going to alternate elbow to knee, so we're going to go up, right elbow to left knee, back down, then up, left elbow to right knee, etc, etc, or the other way around if you. So just remember, we're not pulling on the head, we're just trying to lift the shoulder blades. We're gently supporting the head and just trying to lift the shoulder blades on and off the ground.
Halfway there.
Again, remember that distance between the sternum and pelvis, we're just trying to shorten that. So the whole purpose of this series at the moment is we start with episode 1 and 2, and then it's a case of see which one of those is best for you, and then as the series goes on and as you get used to those, we're trying to slowly add more and more moves so you can add a bit of variety and a bit
10
more challenge.
seconds.
So this is just a bit of a further on from episode 1 and 2. So it's a twisting move, so we can work a little bit more obliques than just the straight up and down abs.
Rest.
And again, we're going to work to the same time frame. 1 minute on, 30 off. So take a breather there. So if you want in the break, you can do a bit of neck rolling like I'm doing, where you just lie your head all the way back and just go one ear down towards the mat, one ear down towards the mat, etc, etc. It's quite a nice active stretch for the neck. But what we're doing in the 30-second rest is just giving that neck a bit of a rest. And then we're going to go for a second move. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do some ankle taps. Okay,
Let's go.
where we flex up for the top of the crunch, then reach round, touch the ball just like I'm doing. Keep the chin away from the chest still, head looking straight up at the ceiling. And remember, you're trying to hold your shoulder blades up off the ground using your abs. We're not trying to pull up with our head. If that is too difficult, you can slow it right down. Support the head with one hand, reach round, touch the ball. Come back to the middle, swap the hands over, support the head, reach round, touch the ball on the other side. So that is your easier
Halfway
option if you're
there.
feeling it in the back of the neck at all. But apart from that, you should feel like a constant tension and you're just feeling it kind of more down the side. So today we're trying to focus a little bit more on obliques. Apart from that, just keep it going. If you need pause
10
on the time,
seconds.
it's absolutely fine. Just do what you can, have a breather, and then join back in as soon as you feel you can.
Rest.
So rest there. Again, give the neck a breather, relax the head all the way back in the gaps. And again, you can do a bit of neck rolling in the gap if you like. Apart from that, we're going to stick with those 2 moves, 3 times through in total. And we're going to go from there. So back to the cross crunch in about 15 seconds time. Okie doke, so here we go in a couple of seconds. Hands gently supporting the head, chin away from the chest. Crunch
Let's go.
up, lift the shoulder blades up off the ground, then throw in that twist. So it's like a 2-stage move. Go up and then twist across. Opposite elbow to opposite knee, or at least towards it. And just have a nice big pause, big squeeze as you twist on the contraction. We're trying to make each contraction harder than the last. And like I said, today's session we're working a bit more on those twisty muscles, the muscles either side of the abs.
Halfway there. Ten seconds. Rest.
1. Rest there. Okay, so we're going to go back to the ball taps next up, but rest the neck now. Okay, so these are just a couple new ideas. Again, this is just for what's worked for my clients in the past, like some who've come in with some quite tender backs and stuff. And it's also kind of a good sort of volume of training for kind of people who've maybe done episode 1 and 2, had the intro to it and just fancy a little bit more.
Let's go.
Okay, so let's get going. Hit the top of the crunch first, then reach round, touch the ball and just swap it over. So you're almost constantly holding a crunch and then just reaching round, touching the ball. Keep the chin away from the chest, head looking straight up at the ceiling, and try and hold all the tension in your tummy, not by pulling your chin forward to help move the upper body off the ground. Again, to make it a bit easier, slow it right down where you support one. With one hand you support the back of the head, reach round, touch the ball. Go back, swap over, touch the back of the head with the other hand, reach round, touch the other side of the balls, and just go really slow instead. Apart from that, if not, stick with this one. And if you just need rest, that's fine too. Again, we're going for 6 rounds in total. This pair of exercises 2 times through. If you only fancy this pair of exercises 3 times through, if you only fancy the 2 times through, that's absolutely fine to start with, and then build up so you can do all of it. Okay, so let's have that rest. Again, head back, breathe. And again, you can do a bit of neck rolling if you like, if it helps sort of loosen up your neck a bit. Good 30 seconds rest to give that neck a breather, and then we're going to go into the final pair of exercises. So back to the cross crunch, hands gently supporting the head.
Let's
crunch
go.
up, chin away from the chest, head looking straight up at the ceiling, not pulling on the head, you're just gently supporting the head. Crunch straight up, then twist across. Get a nice big pause, squeeze across the angle, flex those abs. And let's keep it going. Final round on these ones. Then we just got one more round of the ball taps and then you're done. Then we're going to have a bit of a stretch. We're going to stretch the hip flexors today and the lower back.
Halfway there.
Again, 2 massive muscle groups that contribute to tight lower backs is tight hip flexors from sitting down a lot, and then tight sort of lower backs from underactivity of the glutes, causing that kind of anterior pelvic tilt, making the back actually tighter in the long run.
10
It's
seconds.
super important we stretch out the hip flexors too.
Rest.
And rest there, head back, breathe, recover, and we're going to go into our final move, which is those ball taps, where we flex up, hit the top of the crunch first, then just reach round, touch the ball. And again, feel free to throw in that easier option where you support the head, reach round, touch the ball, swap the hands over, reach round, touch the ball, swap the hands over, reach round, touch the ball. So here we go. Final round, final move, then we're going to hit those stretches. Just do what you can for as long as you can in the final minute. And I'll see you at the end. But apart from that, if you are enjoying this content, enjoying this series or any of the other series, another good series that will complement this is the stretch in the back pain series and the hip pain stretch series.
Halfway there.
If you are liking them, give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, it'd be awesome. Comment, share, whatever. Be hugely appreciated. And just hang on in there, about 15 seconds before we start the stretch.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2,
Well done.
1. Rest there. Okay, give the neck a bit of a break, get rid of the ball or whatever your feet were on, and then we're going to sit up. So if you follow me for this stretch, you're going to double up the mat if you like to pad underneath your knee, but we're going to have our right knee on the floor, left foot on the floor into this position. You're going to lean in to start with till you get a nice stretch in the hip flexor. Then you're going to take the right hand up towards the ceiling, over your head, suck in the tummy, and stretch your abs. So this is stretching the oblique muscles, the more the muscles on the side of the abs. Then we're going to switch over, left knee on the floor, right foot on the floor. Lean in till you feel a nice stretch in the left hip flexor. Take your left hand up as high as you can towards the ceiling. then over your head, lean over to the right, suck in the tummy and feel a nice stretch in the abs. Okay, we'll finish there. Then we're going to go for a bit of angry cat. So you're going to go into all fours, and then you're going to pick your mid back up towards the ceiling as high as you can. What I quite like to do on this one is to kind of move around, sort of sink back towards my ankles, and I sort of feel that stretch a little bit lower down then, and it feels good for me. Then reset, go again, so back to hands and knees, pick that mid back up towards the ceiling, stretch the spine all the way along, try and lengthen that spine, and then just sit your bum back a bit. And then, you know, I tend to feel like you can feel it a bit lower down when you do that, which is good for me and my back. So apart from that, that's going to be a wrap for us there. Again, to support the channel, you know what to do. And again, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully see you in another video.